Today is right now it's 11:34 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It is Friday. It's 1/20/2023. One word just kept popping up in my mind, which is serious. So before my shift started, I got a paper towel, as it seems to be the uh, more economical means to write things down without picking up some other stuff that is more valuable than a piece of paper here. So I wrote things down so that I can work on them. Because today it reminded me that I was in another world where essentially it was a carryover from yesterday, and it, and what happens is that when I'm on a winning streak, that little bit of win causes my whole concept of working hard and being disciplined to achieve a goal just flies out the door. So I wrote these things down so that I can help myself, sustain myself, and be a consistently profitable day trader. I am profitable. Now, the first, it says here, mind win causes loss after win. And that's true, and I wrote this down. I wanna make a video of this so that I can record it. I can tell the world that I know this. I know that you exist. I know that. So that's the first part. Essentially, what happens is that if I make a substantial amount of gain in one day, the next day, subconsciously, I believe that it'll just unfold just as it is and the way that I think, which is contrary to thinking that the market has direction and I need to follow the direction. And that is why, if I have a preconceived notion about how the market will unfold, then chances are, most likely, I will most likely be railroaded. The second part is people who trade, who are they? So why did I write that down? People who trade, who are they? So I have to think about that a little bit more. People who trade, who are they? I thought I knew what that was. So okay. The third is mind goes on vacation, not serious. That is essentially similar to what number one is. That's true. Yeah, it does. My mind just checks out. The fourth is serious business. Don't eat after don't eat after loss. I wrote that down for some reason. Don't eat after loss. Serious business. Don't eat after loss. I wonder what that meant, but I wrote it down. I was very, very passionate about this today because Friday was something that I could have easily avoided today. Truly, it could have been avoided. It could have been a totally different. It started to escalate. It started to escalate. Pardon me. How much loss before the trade? This is something that I sort of hinted at, but I've never essentially made it a essential part of my trade. I didn't do that, so I need to do that. So the other part is change thesis when situation. That is something that I need to also think about as well. That's I mentioned in the two previous videos. See, the thing is, when I'm in, then I know that my thesis is either correct or incorrect, and I need to make appropriate adjustments and address that particular trade by performing a trade management. But in today's case, what I found out that I was doing is I bought four stocks, and none of those were actually, some were positive, but since I got in, it just started to Anyway, so the day ended up being a very, very spontaneous trade. And in practically in most cases, when I make spontaneous trades, I end up losing. And I could have easily avoided that by holding off on certain trades. Essentially, the only saving grace is that saving grace is that I did not trade all of it, and also I had a what you call a artificial stop loss because I was out of the money, and the only money that I could lose is essentially the the option that I purchased because it's out of money. And that's because it's out of the money, it essentially is limited by that amount of money, and that amount of money is essentially out of the money because it and that means that it's a smaller portion of what I could have lost if the stock was in the money. If it was in the money, it would essentially eroded it all the way down on a substantial level. So that's how the day went unfolded. So this is something that I will be working on, and so I need to recap what I did today, and I need to figure out how I can make these adjustments. Right now, as a novice, semi-novice day trader, it seems to be that if I have certain particular things the right way, something falls down because I forget, and then I fall down and lose because of that reason, which is I added to a loser, and and I should have had a better trade management. I should have had a better trade management, and I should not have. Essentially, I should have had a better trade management. I should have thought about that. So I'll think about how to make a trade.